Hi friends, I just wanted to share a few thoughts today on what I'm noticing that a lot of us are being asked to do in our lives these days. A lot of pattern breaking, a lot of clearing any old ancestral patterns and habits and beliefs that have been passed down in our bloodline to us. It starts in childhood when we learn something, hear something, experiencing something, often from parents, could be from other adults in our lives, even older siblings, and this becomes part of our way of coping in our life. It's our inner child that develops a way of being to keep us safe, and it works until it doesn't work after a while. So I've been seeing this a lot with clients recently, that we might be meditating, we might have a spiritual practice even, which is great, but sometimes it's not quite enough, because we have to get a handle on the shadows, the ego, the protective part of us that is afraid, that is connected to the inner child, trying to keep us safe, that will come up with these subconscious sort of sabotaging ways to hold us back from expanding into our highest and best selves. And it shows up with, procrastination, with fear, with resistance, with the shoulds, with the of course, all the thoughts, I can't, I won't, what if this, people might, and, getting a handle on the thoughts is really important and really helpful, but even more importantly, it is getting to the root of where these sort of thought patterns come up, and these sort of deep-seated beliefs that we carry, or where they began. And I just was saying this to somebody today. It's like, we can cut off the top of a weed and, try to really work on our thoughts are kind of like the expression of that weed that's like the top of the weed, but we really have to pull the weed out at its roots for it to go away. And that's where we get to the beliefs. What is this core belief that is driving my behavior or my thought pattern, and how do we even know that we're in it? Well, we take a bird's eye view, and of course quieting the mind, meditation, gives us that opportunity to see that there's a pattern that we're engaged in our lives that we might not even be aware of. So just having the awareness that there's something that I'm noticing, in these different situations with different people in our lives. We start with what is actually happening in our lives right now, and we notice, well, how am I contributing to this pattern? What is this? What's the same? Am I having the same sort of thoughts in this situation, in that situation, in that situation? And you can look back at your life, starting from early childhood, what was said and done, or what did you experience at that early age that became imprinted in your subconscious mind as a survival strategy of the inner child. So there's many different ways to get at this. Just asking those questions is one of the most powerful ways. Just, where does this come from? Do I really believe this belief or this thought? Is this 100% true? Just starting to have that, self-inquiry is the beginning stage. And then, of course, getting into the subconscious mind to really excavate it, pull it out, is the next step. Of course, hypnotherapy, guided imagery, neurolinguistic programming, regressions, past life regressions, these are all ways to do that. Writing reflections and tools also help to get at them. Of course, I do all this work with people individually, and as many of you know, I wrote a book recently called Tools for the Awakening Soul, a guide to activate your intuition, uncover your life's purpose, which has all sorts of tools to help you do that in the book. So the ego work is not always fun. It's not something we all want to do. It can be scary. We can feel like, if I go to this place, if I allow myself to feel these things that are kind of yucky and unpleasant about myself, if I allow myself to feel them, am I going to be able to come out of it? Am I going to get stuck in that negative place? That's where we have the divine guidance to pull us up. Yes, we explore them, we clear them, we heal from them as much as we can. We try to understand them, and then we say, okay, now I'm going to move towards this future way of being, this future self I want to create, writing it down in positive present tense. A lot of people are moving through grief these days with loss, changing a lot. As we spiritually awaken, we go through big changes, big changes. Loss of relationships, loss of career. It can feel like a loss, at least, but really it's just those things are no longer vibrationally aligned with us. So the same sort of work can help in just transitioning to these new ways of being in our lives that are ultimately for our highest good, ultimately helping us expand into our fullest light bodies as part of our ascension process into higher states of consciousness, which ultimately brings in deep peace in a sense that we're here doing what we're meant to be doing here on earth. So hopefully this has been helpful in some way. If you want to pick up a copy of the book, I'll put the link in here for you. And of course, reach out if you want individual support, which can be really essential at times to have somebody help us pull out what's inside, what's in our own heads, what's in our own subconscious, which can be hard to see when we're in it. Many blessings, much gratitude. Bye.